All right. We're live?
Yeah.
Sweet. That'll be for testing purposes later.
Hey, welcome everyone to whoa, I did it wrong. Welcome, humans,
Oh
to the Neuron
no!
Live. It's another exciting launch day. We always enjoy launch days when we know in time to to pop up alive. Uh, that's not always the case, but we're really excited you're here. If you're new, I'm Corey. That is Grant. Say hi, Grant.
Hello. Hi, I'm about to send an email to 700 of you. 700,000 of you.
700,000. Yeah. So we're just getting up. It looks like the announcement is going to start in about 4 minutes. They've got a live link up on their website right now showing Earth and the Moon a little while ago. It was showing, yeah, solar stuff. Uh, and A little while ago, they had a little preview thing on Twitter that showed a ChatGPT logo and a Codex logo on like a Pac-Man screen, each eating the balls until they smash together in the middle. So it's got my curiosity peaked about whether we're maybe going to see a super app day. That would be really cool. Really, really cool. If you're here, we're going to kind of talk through it. We may show it if there's a preference. I mean, we can bring it up or you can watch it on another screen and we can ramble. We're cool with whatever works. But it should be starting just any minute. I'm watching and waiting.
All right, I've got our stream pulled up. I'm checking the chat. Looks like we have 4 people here. Please shout out in the chat.
We had 14 just a minute ago.
Tell us.
We had 14 until I said there was a launch coming on in a few.
Yeah, they sent them away really fast.
And yeah, like 75% went blam, cut.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, half of them came back. No. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share that link that you just shared with me. OpenAI.com/live. So I'm gonna post that in the chat, and
Okay.
I'm going to pin it. Hello from Montreal. Ah.
Welcome.
Bonjour. Okay. Pin.
Glad to
pin this
have you.
message. So I'm going to say in the chat, we are going to watch this live stream together at 10 a.m. PT.
And then we will be frantically updating all of our devices to figure out whose account got access first, and then that is the one we will use to demo as soon as we have it, and ask it crazy things and see what we can get it to do and how it behaves.
Yeah. All right. So I think what we should do is we should probably just pull it up on our screen, and unless people want to watch separately, they can let us know. You want to do that?
I mean, I guess we can.
All right, I'll share. Not Grant's computer. I'm going to just share from this one. All right. Click skip to
I gotta
live
figure out
here.
how to mute yours on my end, so I can see it large.
I can definitely zoom in here.
Because I assume we'll have a weird delay. Maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see. It's 10 now, so.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I'm guessing any second. I've got it up over here too.
All right, if yours starts before mine, oh, here we go.
Excited to be here.
Can you hear my screen?
Today, we are releasing our latest and most capable models. GPT-5.6, Sol, Terra, and Luna. Sol will be available over the next 24 hours to all our paid plans. And Terra and Luna are also coming to all our free users. Today, almost a billion users use ChatGPT every week. They use it for helping getting them to write, getting answers, do research, and all sorts of creative things. But what we've seen, and especially with Codex and the coding abilities, is that these models are capable of much more. We saw a transformation of software development, and shortly after, internally within OpenAI, everyone was using these models to do so much more than getting great answers. They were using these models to do great things. And you were expecting that we were going to release these models, and we are rolling them out over the next 24 hours. But why I'm really excited to be here today is we're not only releasing the models, we're also announcing 3 major product updates.
Yep.
The first one is ChatGPT Work.
ChatGPT
Work is your new partner for ambitious work. It works on web, it works on mobile, on the go, and also on desktop. The models with GPT-5.6 Soul have really been a breakthrough in their ability to do things of complex nature for you, understanding very complex content, staying on track for long horizon tasks, understanding spreadsheets, creating them, editing even websites. And we're going to be showing you first ChatGPT Work. We're also announcing an all brand new ChatGPT desktop app. It goes even further and allows ChatGPT to work on your local files, your apps, and your browser. Finally, we're also announcing hosted sites, which we are making available for all paid users. It allows you to use ChatGPT Work to create and share those websites with your friends and colleagues. It is a truly magical experience.
I need this so much.
I can't wait to show you. First, we're going to have a look at ChatGPT Work. Jessica, Lauren, why don't you show us what they can do?
Hi, I'm Jessica, engineer on ChatGPT Work.
And I'm Lauren. I'm on our strategic finance team.
So we're going to show you the new experience on web and mobile. So let's take a look at mobile. So here we have Chat. Chat is the familiar thing you know and love. It's really great for quick answers, search, and brainstorming ideas. But today, we're also introducing Work. And Work is where I go to have ChatGPT help me just get stuff done. So for example, something that I did right before to prepare for this launch is, hey, ChatGPT, I would love to get an understanding of how people are using the ChatGPT Work feature internally. Look through Slack and employee feedback and find people in diverse roles that have used the product in really interesting ways. I'm in San Francisco this week for the launch. I would love to meet up with a few people and really deep dive on their use cases in person. So I can send this through mobile, but these conversations also appear on web. And this is something that I actually did earlier. We can take a look at the results, and ChatGPT Work was able to pull from the sources that I asked for, find interesting people to talk to, and then schedule meetings with them while I'm in town. And one of the feedback posts it highlighted was actually Lauren's.
Yeah, our finance team have become such power users of ChatGPT Work. I'm really excited to show you how we've been using it, but I would love to hear how other teams have been using it too.
Yeah, we've talked to people throughout the company, like recruiters that are using scheduled tasks to track interview progress and make sure that we're getting feedback timely, and data science who are using our new visualize feature to just add context for quick ad hoc requests. But I think the finances experience was one of the ones that was most compelling to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to show it to you guys. So finance may not seem like the flashiest demo we could be leading this off with, but ChatGPT Work has really enabled us to run with such lean and efficient teams, and we wanted to show you guys a little bit of a peek behind the curtain at how we've been able to do that. So one of the critical roles of a finance team is being able to explain not only our recent trends, but what they mean for forecast in real time. This takes a couple minutes to run, so we did run this earlier today, but let's say we just closed June and we beat our forecast by $2 million. And I need to caveat these are demo numbers.
They don't look like the numbers that you shared yesterday, so I'm glad we're not sharing the real numbers here.
Tebow obviously beats his forecast by more than $2 million. These are demo numbers, but a very real workflow. So we ran this earlier today. This used to take so much manual work. We would have to reconcile multiple systems, our Excel forecast model across multiple cases. And now in one pass, ChatGPT can run the variance analysis for me. So we can see why we beat our forecast and where we still have risk. I can even have ChatGPT Work go in and propose an updated forecast case for us. So we had it do this earlier, or we had it run it yesterday. It went through and updated our Excel model. Let's see. Perfect. Yep, we've got our updated revenue in here, our updated forecast. But I can't just walk Tebow and Jessica and our business partners through an Excel model. So we also had it put together a PowerPoint presentation that we can use. We've got our latest forecast. We've got our driver's bridge on what's changing in our outlook. And ChatGPT Work will meet you where you are. It's great at Excel and PowerPoint, but our finance team have become such big proponents of Sites. It's such a flexible interface to be able to do custom dashboards and really just like storytell around your analysis. So I also asked ChatGPT Work to go in and make us a site with the same analysis that we can share out. We've got our updated forecast. We've got our driver's bridge. This is looking good. It's good to go. All right, so we've run our variance analysis. Our forecast is updated. We've got our overviews back for business partners. Let's go ahead and have ChatGPT Work send this to Thibaut. Hey, Chat, can you send the site link over to Thibaut on Slack? Thank you. And we'll send that off.
I hope I get that soon.
Yeah.
It is such a delight to receive these highly interactive and compelling websites. In ChatGPT Work, we've seen it perform very similar things across different use cases. Jessica was using it to understand user feedback and preparing ahead of the launch, even scheduling interesting chats with her colleagues in one-on-one through Calendar. And that was Jessica, but Lauren used it for a very different kind of purpose across finance and very complex workflows where precision and correctness is extremely important. ChatGPT Work was able to understand complex financial data and represent it in the right format at the right time, just with a few steers. Now, I'm excited for us to show you the all-new ChatGPT desktop app. Andrew, Ed, show us what we can do with it.
Yeah, thanks, Thibaut. This is the new ChatGPT desktop app. So everything that you saw on web, it's available here, plus a lot more on your local machine. So local files, your browser tabs, even other apps on your computer, they are all available now to ChatGPT. So let's take a quick look. I'm going to start with this spreadsheet right here that my colleague Nick sent me. It's an export of user tickets from our ticketing system. And it's pretty large. It's got a ton of columns. It would take a while to get through this and kind of tease out what the themes are and what we need to pay attention to.
A lot of feedback.
It's a lot of feedback. We're very used to this. But instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to drag it in. We're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, can you make a quick interactive visualization of this feedback so that we can sort of get the themes and the action items and the criticality ranked and sort through it all a little bit better? So Chat's going to go and take the spreadsheet, synthesize it, the content, and then make us a visualization. It'll take a second, so I'm going to walk you through something that I'm doing for next week's launch. So I've got this folder over here, and this has a variety of material from various teams that have been sent to our team here. This is a launch readiness PDF, and it's got a lot of stuff in it. Then we have over here, we've got UXR. They did a bunch of interviews with users on our early products. We've got a security review. This has all of our pen test results and even some of the compliance controls we need to meet. So this folder's got a ton of stuff from various teams. They've just been kind of sending it to us in prep for this launch. And I need to brief my team on Monday on the state of the launch, right? And so what I did this morning is I came in and I said, can you please look at the materials in this folder that everybody sent me? I also have 3 open tabs in Chrome that have content for this launch. Go look at it and make me a presentation that I can give to my team in the template that we use all the time at the company. And so it worked for about 90 seconds here, a little bit less. And at the end of this, looked through my desktop, looked in Chrome at the tabs that were open.
Can you not see the top of the app?
Produced a fully ready slide deck for me to present to the team about this launch.
This is one thing that GPT-5.6 Soul is really incredible at. It went through all of that content in 90 seconds, synthesized it all, adhered to the template, and created like a slide. You can just share that directly with the team. You don't have to do anything else.
Exactly. And it used its memory as well, because I've been chatting a lot about this launch. And so it's got some of the concerns that I have that haven't actually been shared via Slack or email too. But I know that you were curious about the next World Cup game, and you were kind of busy prepping for this live stream. So we've got this really great feature in the app to do quick searches and anything that you want to know really quickly and get instant results. My friend Timothy wants to know when the World Cup game is so that he can watch it. When is that?
was actually more interested in the Belgian game from the other day.
I know. And so this is the
RIP
ChatGPT
humans.
search experience that everyone's come to know and love. It's almost instant results. It's got rich search widgets here, and anything you might want. But back to work. I've got this Notes app situation that I don't think I'm unique in that my Apple Notes is just kind of a brain dump and it's all over the place and there's no folders, there's no organization. And in a previous life, I would just kind of leave it this way and declare bankruptcy and it'd be sort of a mess. But with the new ChatGPT desktop app, it actually has access to the other apps on my Mac. Organize my Notes app. It's a whole thing right now. Like, make some folders, move the notes around, use your best judgment. I don't care. I just need to get out of this mess. So what's going to happen here is ChatGPT, with the incredible computer use that's built in and with the advances in the new model, it's going to get its own cursor. It's going to start operating Apple Notes in the background. You can see here, this is not my cursor. This is ChatGPT's cursor.
Yeah.
And
there it goes.
It's going, it's moving notes around. I can do my thing over here. I can check the Belgium game and when that is. And it's just going to go to town and make some folders and drag some notes around. We don't have to watch this whole thing because I'm really actually quite curious at what Ed and team have been cooking.
Can you show the visualization first that you started? So we were curious about all of this feedback that we had.
Yeah, so here's the visualization I made from the spreadsheet. We've got, it's like rich, it's on demand. It uses the theme that we're using in the app, and it kind of went down and ranked. Like, hey, here are the buckets. Here's how important they are. It's interactive. It's not static, so I can, change views. I can ask it for changes.
Like that.
And if I want to share this with my team, because the spreadsheet's hard to read, in one click,
computer use isn't
I can
background.
just publish that to a site. And then they get this exact same interactive visualization. Over to Ed.
There are a few more examples, I think, right? As well.
Yeah, that's a good call out here. This is a set that I ran last night, just kind of playing around with it. These things are stunning. I mean, we didn't write any code to make these. The model is writing these on demand. The 3D ones are incredibly immersive, interactive.
It just uses it as part of its answer, so it can sort of like model it, like whether it answers in text or answers just like with a little visual, like on the fly.
Yeah, you can ask explicitly for a chart or visualization, or sometimes if you ask to get educated, if you're like, hey, teach me about how this thing works, it'll come back with this interactive demo. Or if you say, help me sort through my inbox, it might even give you like a rich widget that shows you the messages and stuff. It's awesome.
Cool.
Take it away.
Hi, my name's Ed. I'm a designer on the team. And I want to show you a little bit about how I use it and the team uses it in our day-to-day. So, you walk through an example of creating assets for a launch using files on your computer. I've done the same thing here, except I've used our new sites feature. So one thing I really want to highlight here is I kicked this prompt off this morning, and it's looked through all of my connectors and plugins that we talked about earlier. I've connected my Slack, my Gmail, everything that I use every day. And it's gone through all of those sources, and it's come back and turned it into this like super rich interactive website that I can go in. And the reason I want to show, one big reason I want to show this is just because, this is just one prompt kicked off, and the visuals are really incredible. I mean, the new 5.6 Soul model.
Did you give it a Figma for this?
No Figma. This was all just the model. Yeah. And as a designer, there are like little things you look out for, like small motion, right? The typography, the 3D motion and all that kind of thing. And it's always best when you give it a little bit of guidance and you bring it along, but it's really outstanding out of the box. And again, this is just like a really fun way that teams have used to use this feature across the company. But we're on a live stream. We want to make it a little bit more exciting. So why don't I annotate this and let's change this header to something a little bit more fun. I think we saw some of the 3D visualizations that you showed, and I think the 3D stuff is super fun and interactive. So hi, ChatGPT, let's change this website. So instead of having the static hero at the top with these planets spinning around, let's do an interactive game. So I want to have like a little character that I can walk around with, and based on where I go, that will then take me to different parts of the live stream prep. So there might be like launches and the run of show. Yeah, it might take a little bit of time, but really go ahead and start that. So while that's kicked off, I just want to show you a few other great examples. Lauren mentioned that their team use a lot of these for like dashboards and internal tools. That's definitely something that we've seen a lot. And you can see a lot of different examples from across the company here. A few just to call out. So the web team, the OpenAI.com team who build all of our amazing websites, they, instead of using like an Excel spreadsheet, they use this interactive tool where they can update it all collaboratively. They can share it with each other. And you can just hop in, you can see what's launched and when it launched, hover over. It's like so interactive and again,
so much nicer to look at rather than a spreadsheet. This really illustrates it super well.
Yeah, and it's really been night and day. Literally 3 months ago, spreadsheet, today these it's really like transformed the way that the whole company works. This is another great example. This is the ChatGPT images team. So they've been collecting great examples of how ChatGPT images have been used across all of our campaigns around the world. And when building sites as well and any kind of front-end stuff, we now have access to ChatGPT images as well. And it just also, makes the whole experience like so much better. As a designer, this is one thing that I quite like to do a lot. So as part of the new launch, so you're not looking at, ChatGPT or the ChatGPT desktop here. You're looking at an interactive prototype that one of the designers on the team, Tarek, built. And I've been working with him on. And it's a new way of prototyping our new model selector. Previously I might have just sent an image or a design file to folks. Now I can show an interactive demo. I think I sent you this and you're like, whoa, this is, I can like click in and test it out.
It's so much better to illustrate like an idea and then, you just do it super quickly in a couple of minutes and then boom, you have it.
Yeah.
And then you share it with, you just get the feedback you need, you incorporate it back.
If you need to prototype a toggle or something.
Yeah, and the design team and like all teams across OpenAI really, our work has changed so much and it's really been facilitated by these new models. And this is finally a bit of a fun one. So, in the AI community, a good test of kind of how good a model is at front end is this this test where you kind of see if it can draw a pelican riding a tricycle in an SVG. But Kian, one of the folks on the team, he built this fun prototype where he built a 3D version. And again, this is just all 5.6 Sol, cooking away, building out this amazing prototype. And the really cool thing about sites, they're collaborative, you can share them. And he shared this with people across the company and they've kind of added their own features. So, it can ride a pony, it can ride all sorts of crazy things. It can ride another pelican. So this is a hard example, but just like as a creative, it's just like so amazing how much it's expanded things. So I kicked off that prompt this morning. So I'm just showing another example here of an output.
Oh, that's what we just.
Yeah, this was. So I kicked the same prompt off just before we started.
Oh my gosh.
And again, you can just see just how amazing it is out of the box. So it's the same website, but now you can kind of go through and it's a bit more interactive and fun. But really just demonstrates that just in a few prompts now, kind of anyone can really build anything.
It's really about raising the level of ambition that you have, right?
Totally.
Thanks so much, Ed. Thanks so much, Andrew. Everything you saw here was really made possible for Jessica, Lauren across finance, getting help to schedule interviews, understanding things in the stress of a launch, and then here, just getting help to think ambitiously and execute it on it really fast. All of that is made possible thanks to the model. And I'm here joined by Katie and Tejal to talk a little bit more about the research, which I'm tremendously excited about. And one thing really also to insist on is like, it's not about taste, not just about front end. This model is our most capable coding model, and it's also incredible at cyber, which we're going to talk about as well.
Cool. I'm Katie. I'm a researcher at OpenAI, and it's pretty crazy to think that we've been here just for a year since the Codex launch.
I think we were like precisely almost like
literally right here. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Tejal. I'm also a researcher, and we're all so excited to share more about how we trained GPT 5.6. It's truly been a labor of love from our whole team across OpenAI.
In 2024, we announced the reasoning paradigm, which is a reinforcement learning technique to tackle the hardest tasks. And since then, we've been scaling both reinforcement learning and pre-training, and we've seen exponential improvements in model capabilities as these two multiplied together. And GPT 5.6 is the latest result of all of our research progress to date.
The 5.6 family brings these frontier capabilities to you. Sol is our most powerful model for the hardest agentic workflows. Terra is a faster model for everyday workflows. and Luna is our fastest and most affordable model for high-volume work. Already, Soul has been transforming our research program. As one example, 5.6 Soul actually autonomously post-trained Luna.
This is the actual codex prompt that a researcher on our team used to have Soul kick off a post-training job for Luna. You can see here that, it's like asking to find the training configs, find the right GPUs for the job, and then launch the script and make sure that it works.
It's a really short prompt.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we've gotten far enough where you can have a fairly underspecified prompt and then just give it to codex and then just have it go and run the job. Wow. And, previously this is something that a team of senior researchers may have worked on at OpenAI. And now it really feels like the automated researcher is pretty close.
This isn't the only place we've seen internal acceleration. We're also seeing an increase in the number of pull requests per researcher, the number of experiments researchers can run so we can test our ideas and turn them into research findings. And actually, Codex made every plot in this live stream and also helped us make the slide deck. So thank you, 5.6.
Soul did part of the training. Did you catch that?
Across Frontier evals, 5.6 Soul is state of the art. And this is something we're really excited for you to finally experience and see the speed up that we've already experienced internally. On Terminal Bench, was a test of coding performance. The model is state of the art. On BrowseComp, which is an evaluation that sees if the model can locate hard to find information. And the same with Agents Last Exam, which is long horizon professional work.
Wow.
As one deep dive, 5.6 is particularly good at computer use, so anything that involves navigating a browser, navigating apps on your desktop, and that enables all sorts of digital work. It helps medical assistants navigate electronic health records. It helps data scientists analyze if a drug is effective. It can even help investment bankers create financial models. And you can also use this for personal use. It certainly helped me order food. And all of this is something that when we ask experts in the field, how they're using this model in their everyday workflows, they say it's better than anything else they've ever used, anything else on the market, while being 3 times as fast. So we're really excited for you to finally try and feel how powerful this model is.
3 times.
You might hear the capabilities that Taylor was talking about and that you saw demoed earlier and think that this is going to come at a very high price tag. But that's actually not the case with GPT 5.6 Soul. So token efficiency has been a huge focus of our research program for several years. And with every model, we want to bring more intelligence for every token. And you can see this reflected on evals like DeepSuite 1.1, where GPT 5.6 outperforms its competitors at less than half of the cost.
Wow.
Third of the cost.
But if you want the best intelligence money can buy, we're also announcing Ultra Mode, which unleashes a whole team of agents to do work for you. So in this example eval, you can see here, one agent does better with time, but as we add more agents, the model is able to do even better and faster. And that's because the agents are able to parallelize work like an experienced team.
This is a capability folks have asked for so long that we bring to the Codex app, and I'm so excited that we're finally putting it out there as Ultra Mode.
That's how they're going to make their money.
One more improvement that we've shipped with GPT 5.6 is, we may remember that when we launched GPT 5.5, we had to ship it with a dev message saying, don't talk too much about the goblins and the gremlins. And this is a result of reward hacking that occurred during the training of GPT 5.5, which has now been resolved in GPT 5.6. And now GPT 5.6 will only talk about goblins a tasteful amount when it's cute or appropriate.
With these more capable models, safety and alignment are more important than ever. That's why we spent over 700,000 A100 equivalent hours of compute on model red teaming. We also spent 6 weeks safety training and testing this model, and also have incorporated multiple novel monitoring upgrades in our launch, including new classifiers and activation probes.
Wow.
Ultimately, we really believe in iterative deployment and putting our models in the hands of real people as quickly as possible so that we can learn from real-world usage outside of our labs.
I think this is
and that's why we have initiatives like Project Daybreak, where we give cybersecurity researchers access to our models earlier on. And with GPT 5.6 Soul, researchers have already found vulnerabilities in every major browser and database.
Yeah. Wow. As part of the Daybreak umbrella, we started Patch the Planet, which is an even broader initiative where we work directly with open source contributors and projects. And we also generate high-quality patches. For example, for Linux, they accepted over half of our patches, which indicates that not only do we find critical vulnerabilities that weren't found for a long time, but also we were able to automatically patch them and greatly accelerate cyber defense.
We're very proud of this model. We hope it helps you as much as it's helped us, and we're excited to see all that you build with 5.6 Soul.
Thank you for sharing about the research and the model. What an incredible set of releases. We saw ChatGPT work capable of working on mobile and web. We also saw the all-new ChatGPT desktop app, and we saw all of the capabilities of GPT 5.6 Soul Terra, and Luna, and a little bit about how they were trained. Next up, I'm going to be showing you a use case outside of the office that I'm tremendously excited about. Hiroki has been working with us for the last 6 months, and he's been using GPT-5.6 to really do something unexpected and help him take care of his farm. Let's have a look at his story.
今ブロッコリー畑にいるんだけど、畑の中でどこからどこまで作業したかが分からなくなるから、それを境界をデジタル上で分かるようにする仕組みを作りたいです。北海道に来た最初の時はトラクターの乗り方を知らなかったり、野菜の作り方も全然知らないところからスタートしたので、すごく大変でした。エンジニアじゃないんですけど、コーデックスを使って効率化しています。ビニールハウスの側面の換気をするためにビニールを巻き上げるっていう作業をずっと手でやってたんですね。そういったものをコーデックスを使って電動モーターを入れて自動化するっていう取り組みをすることができました。この電動のモーターが上がったり下がったりをネットがつながっていればどこにいてもコントロールできるっていう仕組みを作りました。過去のモデルは何回も何回もやり取りして改善してまた指示出しての繰り返しだったのが、新しいモデルは一発のプロンプトで自分のデータベースをコーデックスが読み取って勝手にいろんなツールを使いながら、僕がそんなにチェックしたり管理しなくても最終的なゴールまで自分で考えて実行してくれるので、これはもうすごく信じられない変化ですね。こういう現場で使える仕組みを自分で作れたっていうのは、なんだろうこれはみたいな、こう驚きと自分で魔法を見ているような気持ちになりました。コケコッコーって鳴いてうるさくて取材が進まないです。鶏を静かにするにはどうすればいいですか？
ですね、鶏って基本的に鳴くものなので、完全に静かにするのは正直難しいんですよね。
How about now?
Okay, thank you so much for being here with us and traveling all the way from Hokkaido. I'm going to be using ChatGPT.
It's too quiet. Let us know in the chat.
Hey chat, I'm here with Hiroki-san, a dear and esteemed friend who traveled all the way from Japan. I want you to act as my live translator. He's going to speak Japanese, live translate to English to me, and I'm going to be speaking English, live translate back to Japanese.
Got it. I'll do real-time Japanese, English, both ways.
Yeah.
Whenever
Hiroki-san
starts,
my real-time translator, okay?
Understood. Starting live translation now.
Hiroki-san, transport us back to your farm to share the magic.
ひろきさん、あの魔法のような体験を共有するために、あなたの農場へ私たちを連れて行ってください。
はい。今日はサンフランシスコまで招待してくれて本当にありがとうございます。
Thank you so much for inviting me all the way to San Francisco today. I honestly can't believe I'm here right now.
ブロッコリーの種まきから
Right now at our farm,
耕して、ブロッコリーを収穫する
we're
まで
sowing broccoli seeds, tilling the fields with tractors, harvesting broccoli, and many other tasks all happening at once. We'll start harvesting broccoli next week, so once this live event is over, I'll be heading back to Japan. With just a small team, we're managing a very large area of fields. So improving efficiency is really important. To do that,
New voice mode is
we're making
sick.
use of ChatGPT to help us with our farm work. That's how we're moving things forward. Yes.
You've really shared all of this from the very beginning. Why did you do that? And what were some of the
最
reactions?
初からこの全てを共有してきましたよね。なぜそうしようと思ったんですか？そしてどんな反応がありましたか？まあその AI をどう使っていけばいいかってまだ正解がはっきりしていないことがたくさんあると思うんです。だから
AI をどう使っていくかっていうところはまだまだ正解がわからないことがたくさんある
As
と
for
思っ
how
て
to
います。
use AI, there are
その中で
still many things where
どうやって
we don't have clear answers yet. given that, the question is how we,
まだ正解がわからないので、
since we still don't know the right answers yet,
思ってます。
I think it's important to just keep putting things out there.
What were some of the things that people shared with you?
みんながあなたと共有してくれたことって具体的にはどんなことがありましたか？そうですね。世界中の農家さんからメッセージをもらったり、日本の農林水産省の方から連絡があったり、lately I've been receiving messages from farmers all over the world.
すごくいろんなことが起きてます。
And I've also been contacted by people from Japan's Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Fisheries. All sorts of unexpected things have been happening.
Wow, that's very unexpected. What could possibly be the next challenge for you?
では次に挑戦したいことは何になると思いますか？
チーム
次の
の中で
チャレンジ
もっと
は
AI をうまく活用していきたいなと
チ
思っています。
ームでもっと
今は
AI をうまく活用していきたいと思っています。
チームの
今は
グループチャットの中で AI を入れていて、
チームのグループチャットに
野菜の状態などを
AI を導入して
AI が
日々の記録
Can you
や
translate
野
that to
菜の
Japanese
状
for me?
態など今の部分を日本語にしますね。
Can
チ
you
ーム
can
のグ
you
ループチャット
can you translate that to Japanese for me?
はい今の英語を日本語へ訳し
You just restart that real quick.
Live demo.
Hey chat, I have Hiroki San here, friend from Japan. I want you to act as my live translator, okay? Please, he's going to speak Japanese. Just live translate to English to me.
Got it. Starting real-time Japanese to English translation now.
今はチームの中で
I think I have that
もっと AI をうま
update on my
く使っていきたいと
personal
思
Well,
ってます。
within the
Can you
team,
check yours?
I want us to make better use of
今は
AI.
チームのチャットの中で日々の記録を
Right now, we're
記録した
using
り、野
our
菜の
team
どうな
chat
ってる
to
か共有できたり
record our
するよ
daily
うに
notes
しています。
and share
チームメンバー
updates
がもっ
on
と
how
快
the
適に仕事を
vegetables
で
are
きるよう
doing.
に仕組みを作ってい
We're
って、
trying
そ
to
の
build
仕組みを
systems so that
ChatGPT が
our
支え
team
てくれるよ
members
うなイメー
can
ジで
work
す。
more comfortably, with the idea that ChatGPT will support those systems.
What you've been doing has been very advanced. What would you advise some non-technical people? Like, how can they get started?
あなたがこれまでやってきたことはかなり高度な取り組みですよね。では、技術に詳しくない人たちはどのように始めたらいいと思いますか？
まず小さく試していくことが大事だと思ってます。
First of all, I
私
think it's
もも
important
と
to
もとエン
just
ジニ
start
アでは
small.
ありませんでした。
I wasn't an engineer
その中
myself.
で一つ一つ分かんないことをチャット GPT
So
に
by
聞きながら
tackling each thing I didn't understand
農場の
and
中で使え
asking
る仕
ChatGPT
組みを
about it,
作れるようになってきてます。
I gradually
自
learned
分で
how
は
to
信じられ
build
ないことが
systems that I
作
can
れ
use
る
on
よう
my
にできるよ
farm.
うになってきているので、
Now I'm able to
小さく
create
試して
and do
作っ
things
てい
that
く
I
っていう
never
ことが
thought
大事だと思い
possible.
ます。
So I believe that starting small and building step by step is really important.
Thank you so much, Hiroki-san, for sharing your
Thank you so
journey
much.
with us and being live here today.
I wonder if you're a human translator, if you would
Everything
have that
you
going,
just
and
saw
then you would just correct it. whenever
And
it makes
the
a
advice
mistake.
from Hiroki is profound. It is about taking small steps and raising the level of ambition you have in order to have ChatGPT work, get things done for you. What you saw and all of the product updates and the models are rolling out over the next 24 hours. Soul will be available for all our paid plans, together with ChatGPT Work, the desktop app, and sites as well. The ChatGPT desktop app is also available for free users. Soul is available for all our paid plans, and Terra and Luna for free users, rolling out over the course of the next day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see what you do with it.
I
don't
have
know if
so
you-
many thoughts. I've
I
been
don't-
taking notes.
I don't know if you saw this, but the quick side note, in Codex right now, it says Codex is now the ChatGPT app. I didn't hear them mention that. Did you hear them mention that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so it says Codex is now the ChatGPT app, and in the top left-hand corner it says ChatGPT Codex. If you if you want, I can share the screen.
Hold on, I'm pulling mine up. I've had it up waiting to see if a Codex update came. I did get a ChatGPT app update. Because like I have the original desktop app that it now calls ChatGPT Classic. And
so if you want, I can pull it up. But if you have yours up, then I will. Then you can share your screen first. Shout out in the chat. What did you think? I mean, some people might be just tuning in now.
Mine does not say that, by the way.
Okay. Let me take this screen down, and if you pull my Grant's computer up from backstage, okay, I will show you what I'm seeing.
I am that was, or was that a different computer?
Grant's computer. Oh. It's called Grant's computer. You have it backstage right now.
Yeah. Show. I have lots of thoughts that I think we should talk through.
Look at this. Let me see if I can zoom it in. Codex is now the ChatGPT app.
ChatGPT Codex. Keep coding with code. Well, you know, it's had both versions for a little while where you could switch to like from code mode to work mode.
Really?
Wow. That was wild.
Sorry.
With me waving
Sorry to take you to the infinite mirror universe for a second there.
While I was like this.
Yeah, ChatGPT Codex. So I guess you could do ChatGPT work, and then you can do ChatGPT Codex.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, essentially that's been in there as a feature, but a little less integrated, I would say. Like it was you had to go into the menu and do some change things. But to me, that's not the big deal. More so than like with it in Codex, just the name Codex runs away people who aren't developers. Like that's same with Claude Code. The truth is, I understand why these were both made the way they are, but that is a thing that is highly intimidating to someone who is like, I'm just going to go in there and break stuff. Like I've talked to a number of people who feel that way.
Wow.
And honestly, I've not noticed a big difference between the two modes.
I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can use the new model in here.
Is 5.6 available? Click on the caret there and see. Be sure.
Yeah. It says no.
No. Okay. It's not in any of my logged in things either.
Yeah.
I want to say that something I think today showcased about OpenAI, where I think they have shined more than other people, other companies, is there are a lot of approaches to things that are very practical, like live translation and voice, background computer use. I like that. Like in the past, that's been a mostly in front of things, like not an I could turn this on while I keep working, sort of thing. Like you sort of had to stop and watch it work painfully slowly, but that looked to be moving quickly.
Yeah.
Sites, that's a big deal. I don't know who else has those now, but they've had it on the business plan for a little bit, but not on the personal ones.
I think it was sort of artifacts were always kind of supposed to be that, but. Artifacts, by the way, is referring to Claude, and then ChatGPT has its own version, but they never really they were ugly. They didn't
never
really,
took off.
Yeah, that's not what people wanted. What people want is like, I want to be able to publish whatever I create in this app directly to the internet. How do I do that? And they've had to use all these workaround solutions. Yeah.
Just this week, I built. Well, we'll talk last week. I'll talk about the app I built that I put up on Vercel. So I long story short, bought an espresso maker. I spend way too much on coffee. Was trying to figure out, I want a way to amortize my coffee maker.
$900 a month.
It was a lot. It was a lot. Enough that Grant remembers the number.
Sorry to put you on blast, but
that's all right. It's all right.
Make good content.
I deserve it. And so I bought this, and I'm like, I need an app where I can go in that knows what I paid for coffee, what I paid per cup to make it at home, and can do all the math there and tell me like, hey, you've saved this much so far, because that motivates me. So it's got like achievements and things. And my first reaction was I had Codex build it, and I was like, but what do I do with it? Like, I mean, it doesn't work as a Chrome extension because it's not desktop friendly. It didn't make sense. It made sense as an iOS app, but because I was building it on a Windows machine, which I've now solved, it wasn't going to be an iOS app in the near future. So what I wound up having to do was take it to Vercel and have it, I upload it to GitHub, and GitHub posts it to Vercel for me. Or Vercel grabs it, I guess is a better way of putting it. And so like that works and that's fine, but I would love a way to be like, this is awesome, I just built this, I want to show my friends right now. I absolutely want a link right now that I can send to my buddies.
Corey, quick update for you. Turns out that Stephen Webb, if we could put his on the...
Oh, he has it.
Stephen Webb in the UK has 5.6 in his codex. Wow. A country in Europe, in Europe getting access before the US, that's impressive. I'm actually genuinely proud of OpenAI, because normally it's like, and Europe has to wait.
And Europe will have you in 2 weeks. Good luck.
Yeah, that's great. Terra and Luna available in the CLI. Okay, but no Soul. Okay, that's good to know.
I'm seeing if my pro account has it yet. I'm seeing if the extra money buys me early access or not.
I would hope so. The desktop one's always the weird one, because it's like, when are they going to make this switch?
Not the desktop. Hang on, I'm checking, seeing if there's an update to the mobile. Come on, give me mobile pro at least. Give it to me.
Let me check. Why don't I check on this other screen? I'll pull this up if there's anything to report, if it's in the playground.
Okay. Yeah, if it's in the playground, we can pull it up over there.
That's how we played with it before.
Did we hear? We didn't hear API costs, did we?
No, but I think they announced those last time. We can pull that up on the screen as well.
Yeah. I did think it was really interesting that cost per tax was a third of the cost of Fable.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was a couple notches higher, not dramatically higher. Like the quality wasn't enough to do, but I think price is a big deal. I mean, when you're talking about, it says it doesn't. It says high cybersecurity capability. My understanding is that it does not have the kick you out of the party guardrails that Fable does, but we'll have to see that to know. I know those were kind of crazy at first, but you have Terra and Luna in Codex, and you're in the U.S. Okay.
Okay.
I am checking for updates frantically, as I should.
OpenAI, you have T minus 5 minutes, or we will continue streaming only Fable.
Yes. I need to lodge a complaint.
We will only stream Fable. By the way, for folks who are tuning in, thanks for joining. We just watched the live stream. We're about to do some head-on Fable versus GPT 5.6 tests. We have about 5 prompts that we are going to run, and then whatever else people want to see, and whatever else Corey's about to say. Go ahead.
Before we get into that, I think we ought to chat a little about share our thoughts on what we saw.
Go ahead.
Background computer use has a lot of potential, in my opinion. I can see where, like, one of the things that's been a struggle with computer use is, like, it's only helpful if I can do other stuff while it's doing the thing. If I have to sit here and stare slowly at something working on my computer, how is this benefiting me? I'm not saving any time. I'm not doing less. A couple people have it in Codex. I just rebooted Codex.
That's a good idea. I'll do that too.
Not yet. I didn't check my personal one though. Personal Codex incoming.
Relaunch Fable as well. Sorry. You can pull this computer down for a minute.
Okay.
Or I'll just stop sharing for the moment.
You
take y'all out of the infinite vortex. In fact, if you want to pull up the page.
I'm trying to hide it. 1 minute. You know what we ought to do? We ought to talk through some of these tweets and the reaction of the models specifically real quick. I think that would be a fun thing to. There we go. Move to backstage. I'm going to share this real quick because there's a few cool things we can work through while we're waiting. Okay. Wrong one.
I wonder if my old Codex doesn't work anymore even.
This was, for me, one of the most interesting takes I saw on Twitter yet. And Altman replied to it last night as well, saying that he liked Rottweilers.
What does he say?
He says, my view of Fable 5 versus 5.6 Soul. They're not easy models to compare. And that's kind of the vibe I've gotten from everyone, is that they're sort of different things, and head-to-head doesn't necessarily mean what it does with other models. My overall feel is that Fable is a wise owl that is very thoughtful, very well spoken. GPT 5.6 Soul is like a Rottweiler who will grab the problem by the throat and not let go until it's done. In other words, Fable is fundamentally smarter, even at low reasoning. It can be insightful, writes in a clear, compelling way. On the other hand, GPT-5.6 Soul is extremely diligent. I can give it a list of 8 things to do, and you can be sure they will all be done. Fable feels more arrogant. It talks here a little bit about how he was arguing with it to do a thing, and it kept giving itself perfect score. Then he got into UI and app building and still gave Fable the edge for UI design, which I think is interesting. The flow of the app would probably be a little nicer, but I find Fable often misses quite key things, which Soul doesn't. GPT's front-end skills are a big jump versus GPT models, but not as great overall. That is which I think is a fine call out. Writing, Fable is better. Soul feels difficult to align what I want to say or explain things. I'm anxious to try that out. I haven't spent any time writing with either of them.
Hey Corey, sorry, real quick, this sidebar chat happening in the background. So I can report the Codex app has disappeared off my desktop, and it is now replaced with ChatGPT. So ChatGPT and Codex are now officially one app.
Okay, maybe I need to close my ChatGPT app.
Yeah, close both of them and then try to log into Codex again. And what happened for me was that it's just now one application. And it looks like other people are seeing the same thing in the chat.
I am still not.
I mean, they said they're slowly rolling it out over the next 24 hours to everyone.
And maybe 24 hours to 7 for everyone. Yeah. Oh, I was trying to talk and I did get my other one open. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I was talking about Peter here. I really like this call out, but it says other things where I liked 5.6, can't compare to Fable directly. Like video editing is working now. It's not completely perfect, but it's not a thing you can compare to Fable because it's not what it's built for. Computer use.
Oh no, Fable can do video editing.
I don't know. It's just what he said here.
Okay. Well, I protest that point.
Okay, that's fair. Subagents, very fluent at managing subagents and speaking to different threads. Existing code patterns, multi-day runs. That's a big thing. A couple of the people last night said they had things running from 6 to 12 hours on their own. And token efficiency. It is so much more token efficient and faster than 5.5. And it's faster than Cable 2. On the downside, yeah, this is really good. I ought to share this. I'll make sure we include these in the article that goes up after this. But I've got a couple more of these I wanted to run through real quick that are people we follow occasionally. Ethan Mollick, if you don't know who Ethan Mollick is, you probably should. He's a professor at Wharton School of Business and has been a very early adopter of AI among business people and is really always has a good take. Early tester of 5.6 Soul, was asked not to share demos until after launch. It says it is of similar ability but quite different feel than Fable. Fable wants to go off do its own work. Soul is faster but works with you in steps more. Dan Shipper said 5.6 is a Porsche. Fable is a warp drive. Been testing internally at Every for about a month. We had Dan on a while back. He's a nice guy. 5.6
cool.
is the best combination of power, speed, and performance for your day-to-day knowledge work. Fable is a different beast. If you need to get across the galaxy, use Fable. If you need to get around town and best available tool for the job, use 5.6. I thought that was a really good summary.
I think it kind of reiterates the pattern that we've seen recently, which is Fable is really, really good at setting up your projects, and then you switch to GPT and
then go to GPT to build them. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing I've been hearing as well. Is that seems to be the scuttle of late? Is that let Fable plan, and maybe some of that is just the fact that it may not be here forever at a price humans can afford. Maybe the idea is plan a lot, save them, and go let ChatGPT build them later. Maybe the idea too, but I think there's maybe a little of both of that there.
So I haven't seen any official announcement about this whole app changeover thing, which is really weird. Someone else in the chat said they have ChatGPT Atlas now. Supposedly they're supposed to make Atlas, Codex, and ChatGPT all in one app at some point.
I picked up a used Mac this week and finally have access to Atlas, and I am in love. Please,
I honestly don't use it really. What have you been using it to do?
Well, I've used it for a grand total of 1 evening for 2 hours, so I don't have like a full review for you here. But what I will say
Sure.
is that it's simple, it's clean, it's an easy to use interface, it's a web browser. All of my Chrome extensions, including the ones I built, just imported and worked. I really loved the ability to say, to just pop open the window and be like, I don't understand this. And it explains it. And I can say something like, how do you pronounce that? And it does it over here without me having to go open a Google tab and ask a Google Translate window how to do something or whatever. There's a lot more than that. I just updated Atlas and it does not have 5.6.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my web version on this computer. I'm going to go check, actually, my app on the other computer.
Something else I think we should talk about that's probably really important here is Sol being used to post-train Luna.
Yeah.
For anyone who
what do you
doesn't
think
know
about
what
that?
post-training is, think of training like this. I'm going to put this simply so it makes sense.
I have it. I'll pull up my screen, but you keep talking.
Okay. Pre-training is where your model gets its knowledge. That is the training they do early on to build up its knowledge base, and it's a massive amount of training. It's a ton of data, and from there it moves over, and you go into post-training. Where post-training is where you teach it behavior. That's where it learns to do the things you need it to do, as far as how you want it to act in responses, how you want it to speak, how you don't want it to speak. That all happens in post-training. And apparently Sol did that for Luna. They used the word autonomously, which I thought was interesting, and I'd love to learn more about.
So yeah, I think hopefully we can get someone from their team to talk to us on the podcast about it.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, what I would imagine is that was an LLM as a judge kind of situation where Sol is reading perhaps they put it in the report, and that was from last week. I can't remember, but Sol would have been reading the results and grading them in that sort of situation, if that's what happened.
Yeah.
Which is really wild if you think about it.
It is. And I'm curious to see Terra. That's kind of the daily driver, your standard thinking version. And then Sol and Sol Ultra will supposedly be available in Codex.
So Corey, I have the prompts written here.
Oh, you have prompts.
When you have access to Codex, we'll switch where I'll test Fable and you test Codex. But for now, I'm going to pull them up side screen and we can test them there.
Okay.
Good question, Aaron. Yeah. We'll have to ask ChatGPT's handlers, because I guess it's not accurate to call them trainers anymore. But we'll have to ask GPT-5.6's handlers how exactly that works. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. If you can pull me up from being backstage, I'll pull these up. All right. Oh, wait, actually, before I do this, let me pull up the prompts. Get those set up.
Okay. Yeah. What else was there that I wanted to talk? The point I wanted to get to earlier and missed was, I think what OpenAI has done really well is practical stuff. Things that work for real people. While yes, there's been a lot of focus on high-end science, on edge mathematics and extreme coding use, edge cases even. I like that they've done a good job, in my opinion, of always having little odds and ends that make work life a little bit easier, that make using it in your normal world a little easier, like not just for work, not just for building, but like going outside and using it in this for for hiking trails or for things like that. I think that's really cool. And I love that they brought the farmer in, because that's like, you'd think it's the most analog job in the world, but the truth is they've adapted pretty quick.
Yeah.
Farmers had robots quick. It was so funny how fast Jensen Huang was selling GPUs to tractor people, and suddenly you've got lasers firing off of tractors, shooting out weeds. It's pretty crazy. But I'm gonna let Grant do his thing here.
So which one would be the accurate test against Fable? Would it be Terra or would it be Luna? Which one's the stronger of the two?
It's gonna be Soul against Fable.
Okay, we do not have Soul yet. We have Terra and we have Luna.
However, they do say Terra beats Fable on a number of things, not all things, but the Soul is very much the here's the granddaddy.
Okay. Well, let's do this head to head here. What we have here is we have Fable 5 medium, and we have Terra 5.6, and we can set it to medium, or we could keep it at extra high. What do you think would be a more fair test?
I don't know. I don't know how you compare them.
Well, the way that I would think about it is you could think about the effort as how much longer it works for, and you can think about the model as the size, how much it knows, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody tell us. I feel like it's a little bit apples and oranges, but
what do you want to see? You want to see a direct X high head to head?
I'd love if you'd just throw a prompt or two in 5.6 to start, so we could at least kind of see what it.
Let's do it.
How it responds, what it.
Sure. So what I'm going to do
how it performs
is I'm going to copy this prompt. So I'm giving you a messy product idea. Turn it into a working app, and we are going to write this together here. And I'm just going to repeat whatever you tell me. So whatever you want for an app, I will literally talk it into existence.
Let's see. We need a minute. It wants your microphone.
What do you got?
Great way to max out your credit. Oh, me.
Yeah. You or anyone in the chat, I will just repeat whatever is heard.
This is so tricky to just come up with on the spot.
I have a backup if you don't want to come up with something.
Messy product idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So why don't we do this? So instead of that, unless people have ideas in the chat, please sound off. I'm going to go to Fable. I'm going to go to something that I've actually already built here. Let's see. What would be good? How about...
Somebody said Fable medium, Terra high. Another one asked how effort solely based on time, or is that an approximation?
So I'll do this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here. These are messy ideas for a game called World of Squirrelcraft.
It's amazing. We may or may not have spent an entire evening.
So they said effort high. Okay.
Yeah, they said effort high. I don't know. I'm not sure what we get out of it when we look. They may compare, they may not.
You know what? That's probably not the right place to start. I'm going to go to what I originally asked Fable for. Yeah, over here. Okay. Boom.
Invest $10,000 in stocks. Highest return in 6 months wins.
Yeah, we can't test that live, unfortunately, but that's a good thing that we should just run in general.
Farm ERP app.
Okay, so here's what we're doing instead. We're going to do basically a 3D browser-based MMO like RuneScape, but inspired by the book Dune. So we're going to call it Dunescape. So let's try that. So we're testing Fable 5 high, and we're testing that against Terra extra high. And we're going to see what happens.
Expect Fable to smoke at this by comparison, probably.
All right. We'll see.
Just based on the demos I've seen and how it is with lights and things and shadows looked really clean.
Yeah. We should also do a website. Let's start brainstorming in the chat for a website idea, because Fable's really, or sorry, Terra and the like are really good at websites.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go back and answer a couple questions in the chat. When would they be released to us? They should be coming out over the next 24 hours. You should have access to it. A live emoji reactor for live videos working in real time. That's a cool one.
I like next Flappy Bird big game hit.
Just that, and just see what they both do.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
I like leaving it a little ambiguous. I say that. It depends on what you're doing. Sometimes you want that specificity. Georgie, I don't have the answer, but if we did, I'd have it too. Last 4 digits.
Make a third-person Souls-like in dark fantasy setting where you have a small location with one mob-type skeleton and a huge skeleton boss at the end of this location. I like that idea. We'll run that next. All right, I'm gonna let that cook. What other thoughts do we have on this launch? So, as you can see right now, I'm working in ChatGPT Work. I wonder if it makes a difference if I'm working in Codex Work. Yeah, it might make a difference. Let me run this again in another chat window. And I'm gonna actually say,
Grant, is the Grant's computer window different than the screen share I'm looking at?
no, the Grant's computer is the non-existent person who would be talking on Grant's computer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Making sure I was.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if there was a way to take the third one back.
Yeah.
But I think it would move your screen back, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I could switch to that one and just talk from there.
No, it's fine.
Be a
It's
little
fine.
messy. Okay. So
It
for
was
folks
just,
who are
it was just, I was just
tuning
tinkering.
in, we are testing 5.6 Terra at extra high against Fable 5 high. We think this is an appropriate matchup between the two, but who knows actually? And we're gonna give it a shot.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the truth is, we also won't know when we see the results. Other than that was fast.
Okay, so we got something for Fable 5. Great. Let's enter Dunescape. Doesn't work. Squirrelcraft doesn't work. Okay. So we'll give it some time. But first to the app.
Are we sure that is from Fable? I know it's sitting over it, but it looks like a totally separate window.
No, this is definitely Fable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a separate window on top of those, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. What I might be able to do is
I don't know
might
if you
be able
noticed,
to-
but Codex is over there saying, okay, the starter's dependency was incomplete. I'm repairing that before I build the product.
They're like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I gotta fix his crap. Yes, I did reinstall Codex Goodly. Let's see. Yeah, make a paid version to generate said stock money. I mean, you gotta believe that all of the big finance firms already have whatever version
Wouldn't
of
you
that.
think so? Yeah, it's day one. Yeah.
Yeah.
At minimum, there are definitely lots and lots of models running. I mean, I think the way you would do that is not run one model and ask it what it thinks. I think what you would do is run many models and take those results and aggregate them together and see where it lands.
So this is an interesting question. So does ChatGPT have access to your computer files? So with Codex, yes, it does. And I guess now with the new ChatGPT Work Codex combination app, in theory, ChatGPT does. But you wouldn't necessarily have Codex communicate with ChatGPT. I guess you could. You could have multiple models talk to each other using the API, but I mean, you probably just want to talk just directly to ChatGPT.
Grant, what does your open inbox say up there in Codex, right above your cursor? Oh, that's my cursor. Never mind.
Wait, here?
Top
Here?
right, over to the right. Click that little down arrow on
This?
where it says
This is in open in cursor. You can open in Z,
Okay.
terminal, ghosty.
I was wondering if that was
Yeah.
showing you a terminal or if that was like open it in browser?
No, yeah, this is toggle the bottom panel, so this is you can see, whatever there.
Okay, cool.
Then you can. Pull
It's also
changes
needing you
there.
to allow things.
Do you want to allow downloading the starters missing web app dependencies? Deny.
Well, deny stops the test then.
Oh, you're right.
And you
That's a
gotta
good
be
point.
able to.
I'll say sorry. Go ahead and do that.
I was like, it's got to be able to, and I'm not sure if Claude has any, or do you have Claude fully unlocked?
I have an auto mode, and this is actually what the developers of Claude recommend, is to do everything in auto mode, and then the only time it'll ask you for permission, it will be when things are actually important for you to review. And
it's not doing that. It misunderstood what you meant. Okay. Oh, okay. Now it got it. It had to go through twice. Now I see it.
Yeah, we'll try that. Okay. You know what? Remove. Repair.
Looks like it's putting it straight in your codex runtime too.
I'm just gonna it's gonna remove something. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it needs to do what it's trying to do. There.
It was trying to run the dependencies it needed to build the game.
No. Yeah, I already gave it permission to do that. Then it was trying to remove, I think, the old run or something. So I said, that's not important. Don't do that. Yeah. Now, the beauty of both of these models is we can actually start a new task if we want to. Do we want to try task number 2 and have that going in the background, or should we settle our ADHD on this format? Oh, we have something. I have a little pill guy.
You have a pill guy.
I can click and kind of move the camera a little bit. Or no, that's not me. I think that's him. That might be Claude playing. Yeah, that's Claude moving. Okay.
Yeah, testing it.
So this is Dunescape on the left-hand side here.
Oh, it was redoing the dependency repair is what it was doing. Okay. Yeah, you may have to restart that.
This one over here?
Yeah, or maybe do a different test, because it's gonna have a lot of those.
Why don't you go ahead and just build the game with what you've got? Just try to steer it back onto the right path here. My original prompt could have made it run astray.
Yeah, well, I think telling it no once, and then telling it yes, and then telling it not to repair after it said it needed to repair, has probably made that run a little.
So, CJ, no. Other tasks do not get in way in the first task being completed. The only thing that matters there is what's called rate limits, and both companies have them. So if I go to my settings, let's see.
And one of them
you have a specific limit. So as you can see here on the left-hand side, I have a session limit for 5 hours. Then I have weekly limits. So this is all models. And then you have a Fable specific limit. And this is only while Fable is in the subscription app. And fun fact, apparently it will be eventually allowed in the subscription app once, I guess, usage or once their compute issues go away. But who knows how long that'll be.
Yeah, I'm having to reinstall codecs on this computer. It showed like it wasn't there. Yeah. This isn't my normal computer, though, so I mean, there is an off chance.
I'm going to give this one more shot over here. I'm going to do a new task.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try this again. And I'm going to take out the language that might be confusing it.
Yeah, and I think if it wants to do something, if we're going to head-to-head them, it's got to be able to do it. Good to see so many people in the chat. Usually I use ChatGPT to plan architecture for my game, generate good prompts to codecs. I benefited because I didn't use codecs tokens while communicating with GPT. Yeah, honestly, I use my codecs straight through I have a pro subscription, the Pro Lite, the $100 one. And it just runs on my subscription. The truth is I use it constantly and still have is Terra still the highest one available?
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
I could try Ultra. Well, we'll try Ultra on a different prompt. I'll just run that for now. Okay, so this way, looks like over here.
It's out, baby.
What?
Somebody asked if it was out or if we were just testing earlier. I said it is out.
No.
But not everybody has it yet.
We are normies like you. We are of the people.
Yes.
You don't get special access to things.
Yes, we are among the permanent underclass. Yeah.
That's funny. Usually I use ChatGPT to plan architecture for my game. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I did here. So what you're not seeing is that I have a prompt that I created that is optimized for both Fable and GPT 5.6. So, maybe it's not perfect for either of them, but I give it a very quick overview of what we're going to do. Then I say, here's my messy idea. And in this case, I wanted it to create what's called a PRD, which is a product, I might get this wrong, but product requirement document. And originally, I wanted it to create a PRD that then it could go off and start coding for these two projects. But in this case, I just stripped it down. I said, okay, just go ahead and make the thing. And then I gave it a goal, build the simplest usable version. Then I give it a list of tasks. I give it constraints. I give it verification. And then I gave it the final answer right here. And so I did the same thing for Fable. The only difference is Fable was able to work through the nuance of my original version because it's a little bit, I think probably Soul would be able to do the same if we gave it this to Soul. We just don't have access to Soul yet. And it was able to say, okay, well, I'm just going to build one and then build the next one. And we had to restart Terra a couple times to try to get it to do it. But that could be user error on my side. So I would say this test is still, they're still tied at the moment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is a win for Fable just yet. It's still early.
And I'm assuming, ChatGPT is going to be a little bit behind here. And I say that, you never know how long it'll take. Fable's still working as well, right?
Yeah, so it looks like we have playable versions. So if I put my name in Grant.
Cool. Let's check it out. Dunescape or Squirrel Craft.
Oh, let me refresh this. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. You may still be getting that dud window.
Okay, so this is a good first piece of feedback, I'm going to say. Yeah,
it's done but doesn't work.
I can't actually access it from that index.html that you've created.
Excellent. I mean, not excellent, but I just mean at least we got something back.
Totally.
I'm anxious to see what Terra will do, because Terra's like the middle of the road model. That's your daily driver standard thinker, I think, is the way to think of Terra from what I've read. And think of Soul as like their pro.
We might be able to give, for maybe a more fair test then, we might be able to give Terra the PRD for one of these.
Baby's like, oh my God, I'm about to try it out. I'm so giddy.
So I'm going to give it this one.
Did your project chats from ChatGPT app move to the new GPT Codex app?
Oh, this is a good question.
You didn't
so
have
right down here, I see tasks. Let me see what happens if I switch to work. I see scheduled. I see plugins. I see sites. Okay, we will test sites in a minute. I see chat, but I think it's all new. Well, actually, no. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is funny. You can see my raw thoughts here because this is my personal ChatGPT account.
It looks like so far none of my.
Yeah, I think my chats came over. Yeah. If you go, so if you in the new app, if you go to ChatGPT Work and then you go to Chat, you can see your previous history here.
Go into Chat and then you can see your history.
But here's the thing: are regular people gonna be able to understand ChatGPT Work versus Codex?
I don't know. If they try it. So far, honestly, the truth is normal people haven't really adapted much to the desktop apps by the AI companies.
Yeah.
Like as far as like as the daily way to use it. I mean, from everything I've seen,
People still use
most
it in
people
browser,
are
right?
still going in a browser.
Yeah. I mean, even I do for most work tasks, like
Same.
on my work computer. Yeah.
It depends. I use Codex for writing. I use Codex for building. I use Codex for planning big things. But as far as my day-to-day, like I'm working on this little thing, just help me figure this out. That's what I go to the web app for. Mobile, I go to, honestly, almost exclusively for voice with ChatGPT. I use their voice a lot. I spent an hour and a half last night, Grant, talking to the new one, and it's bonkers. Like, it does things that are hard to get used to. Like, while you're talking, it's going, uh-huh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what
The
I wrote
other
in the
thing
newsletter
is
today. I was
Johnny
like, that's
Five, who
cool,
is
but can you get it to be quiet at some
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and you can. You know what I did? I was going to order fried chicken, and I pulled up the window, and I was like, "Hey, can you just be quiet for a few minutes while I ordered chicken?" He said, "Yeah, just holler when it's time to come back." Just say,
Did it
just
work?
actually what he said was, just say come back when you want me to come back. So I just sat my phone down, ordered chicken, and I said, come back. And he said, that sounds good. About my chicken. But what was weird was his personality's different. Johnny Five, who was usually like super up and energetic and chipper, was very like I found him at 1 a.m. in a jazz bar, laid back. Now is very, very different. Very conversational, has more access to tools than he ever has, which is great.
Okay.
Or fried
Well,
chicken. Life is I
Oh,
agree.
the controls on this just suck. Okay. Oh, it's click to move. I get it now. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
I have
Dunescape.
full
So
ultra
this is the
access now, but only when I select work.
I wonder if there's a sandworm in here somewhere. Interesting. Okay.
I'm in that phase where I'm constantly crashing and restarting Codex. Thoroughly annoyed. I'm on
So
Windows.
someone
That
says,
probably means
"Oh,
I
did
gotta
you already
wait.
read this Soul Ultra Access?" Okay, but only when you select work. I'll do that. I'll test that. Okay, ChatGPT work.
Yeah, because like if we're gonna head to head them, what I really want to see is Fable versus
Yeah, yeah,
Soul.
same.
Like
Yeah, it's like almost not.
bring me your best. It's like what I don't want to watch. Mike Tyson fight a middleweight.
Well,
Yeah, it might be fun.
Netflix did have that happen once.
That is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I completely forgot that. That's exactly what that was.
I wonder if I have to. Okay, so I don't have it in work yet.
To be fair, 55-year-old Mike Tyson ain't a heavyweight either.
Right, that's fair.
I mean, maybe by weight, but
Yeah, even when I select Ultra, it's not there. Well, let's go back to the prompts here. So in this case, we have a broken code base refactor, right? So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna take this.
okay. I'm waiting for Codex to open, and it's slow. Am I getting the new Codex?
Let's start a new Fable session. By the way, I've been using a lot of Claude lately, and I have a lot of tips for people. One of the things that I love to do is set up. So here's the way that I'm doing it at the moment. What I'm doing is I am using auto mode, right? So auto mode is the way to go. Then I'm using it locally. So I'm starting local. And then what I'll do is I will do remote control. And then on my phone, I can check on the tasks that are running on my computer at any time. So that's the ideal way to start a project is you do auto mode, local, and then / remote control. Okay, so the
Codex
code base
CLI
is,
has it. I have Codex CLI on here, I think.
I'm gonna say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell Fable, please review my GitHub and identify the most broken code base and give me a report on what you would change to improve it before you begin the below. let's see if it can figure out, I'm giving it a lot of instructions here. Let's see if it can do it. And looks like Terra, we still only have Terra over here. Maybe I should close this and restart it real fast just to confirm. By the way, you can see down here, the Codex app is now missing, and now it's all just ChatGPT.
I don't have it in CLI yet either. Dang it.
Yeah, go ahead and quit. Now, if you do quit the app, that does mess up the local tasks that you're working on. So if people don't know, there's local tasks, and you can do it over the cloud. All right. Still no Soul. But do you have to be, Corey, do you have to be on a certain plan to have Soul, actually?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Paid plans, I think, is
All
what
paid
they
plans?
said. All paid
Okay.
plans, which is pretty cool, frankly. They got some cheap paid plans.
All right, so I'm going to go back to Terra. I'm going to do extra high. Actually, why don't I do ultra this time? I'm going to do ultra for Terra. Give it the best shots possible on goal. And let's send it this way. And Fable, we're going to keep it at high. I think that's enough.
I'm going to look at some reactions online and see what people are saying. Dan Shipper's using Soul because, of course, Dan Shipper has access. He had early. Volkov, MTS.
Got it in CLI on a plus. Okay.
A new agent in ChatGPT.
Design a
ChatGPT
screen.
Work is a new agent in ChatGPT powered by Codex in GPT 5. A new agent in ChatGPT powered by Codex and 5.6. That's hard to understand.
Wait, are you saying that that's ChatGPT Work?
Yeah, ChatGPT Work, a new agent in ChatGPT powered by Codex and GPT 5.6.
Well, because Codex is like the harness and
Yeah.
GPT 5.6 is the model.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And honestly, I kind of like having them together. I partially because I regularly wish I could access chats from one in the other. I think someone asked here is that I think is a good question was it's gone. I don't see it now. They were asking if Codex, does ChatGPT Work use the same usage as Codex? Most likely, yes. My ChatGPT and Codex use the same subscription. I pay once and use both tools, and they tap into the same usage rates.
Do they use credits though? Because remember, workspace agents and Codex apparently have different seats and credit types for team accounts.
On team accounts, that is different than it is on
Okay.
individual accounts.
Got it.
But so far, I mean, I pay the one subscription and I've never run out. I have 4 full month rate resets with Codex I can still use as well.
Yeah, so it looks like, I'm going to read a couple comments in the chat real quick. Ish says, I am on the Pro plan and have access to 5.6 Soul Ultra, but you're on the Pro plan, Corey, and you don't have it, right?
I'm on the Pro plan and I, thus far, do not have it. I am refreshing one more time on 3 different computers.
Big Iron.1311 also says they don't have it on the Pro plan.
Here's you cannot buy early access.
I apologize to the user with the Russian characters. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but I am on the Pro plan and I don't have the update. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to do this thing where it comes at like 11 p.m. for me.
Yeah, right.
I'm never early. I don't know if there's a reason. I never tend to get first access, and I don't know if it's the order in which they roll these out. Maybe it's something to do with, account numbers or last names or usage, or maybe they're tackling this level of user or something. But
yeah, I'm gonna let's take a poll in the chat. We had a cool game idea earlier, but for the next 3 prompts that we're gonna run, let's do what is a project that we want to have Ultra Mode as a project manager use subagents for? So if anyone has project ideas, let me know. Then what is an annoying weekly workflow that you'd like to automate? So you shout out in the chat if you have an annoying weekly workflow. I have one that I've been working on that I could show on my other computer. And then obviously we're doing this right now. Soul versus Terra versus Luna versus Fable head to head. And we have this task. Maybe we could do one of these for some of those other ideas that people have shouted out, which would be fun.
Yeah, here's what's been one thing that's been different is in Codex has had work mode. So you could click for working and for everyday work for a while.
Right.
And with those, I haven't noticed much of a difference. I'm switching between them now in an effort to see are different models available for each setting.
Oh, thank you, Lone Wanderer. Appreciate that. That's cool.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Those are such cool writing though. I have looking at it. I don't know much, but I've always thought it was a really cool looking language.
Yeah, I actually want to learn it. I'm very, very interested in it. Okay, John LH4LC says Reddit says that you switch your model on the CLI and it switches it on the Codex app too.
I went to /model in the CLI and it didn't show up yet.
What if you just type it? What if you type GPT/model GPT-5.6 Soul?
Hang on 1 second.
Do you think it'll set it?
I don't.
By the way, for people who don't know what the CLI is, it's the little terminal. So on Mac I use Ghosty. Ooh. Oh, this is something else I built. It's running. Maybe this is the one it wants to fix.
Let's see here. Oh. No, I'm not seeing anything yet. So I just have to watch Grant build things in Codex.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. I wanted
Codex
to play.
Is doing stuff. Yeah. It's just not super fast, but it is on ultra mode, so it's got all these subagents running. That's the thing. Ultra mode uses like a team of what was it, 16 agents, Corey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. If you ever use Grok Expert or Heavy, I forget which one, it does that where it fans it out into a bunch of subagents. Yeah.
I just saw the point. Truth is, on this computer, I haven't updated Codex in ages, which is probably stupid. I mean, no, the CLI. I don't use it much on this particular machine.
Can you update it, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. They just called that out, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. I should have immediately gone to that in my head, and for whatever reason.
Okay, did anyone have any ideas? No. Okay. Why don't I just brainstorm some ideas? So let me test this whole thing over here. So I'm on ChatGPT work now, and I'm going to full screen this. And let's do a new... supposedly you could do a new chat in the sidebar here. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so let's say not instant. Oh, you can only do GPT 5.5. Let's do medium. And I'll throw in these ideas. Give me some fake... I'm going to say give me some fake idea pitches to test for these prompts that can be reasonably accomplished in a short period of time. And then I'm going to paste that in, and then I'm going to say, give me 3 to 5 for each. Pitch them as one word or one sentence. Ideas, a bullet point list, and then we'll write the full prompts for the ones we pick.
When you're done, would you open another window?
Yeah. What do you want to open?
ChatGPT. Task.
ChatGPT task? New task?
New task, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
A new chat, yeah. Ask it to write a 300-word short story without using the letter E.
And you want me to do Terra? I'm not going to do Ultra.
Do Terra.
That seems so.
Okay, I was going to say we could do Ultra. I don't know that it'll do it.
Well, I might get rate limited. I'm not on the fancy plan.
That's true. Grant loses his work AI for the month.
No. This is my personal account, but
okay.
The $20 one right now. So everything I'm doing right now can be done with the $20 plan.
Create a 300-word short story without using the letter E.
Oh. Speaking leet speak. Hold on.
The letter 3. Apologize for snacking a little bit here. It's that time of day. A little sugar's a little.
Just mute yourself when you're crunching. We're good.
Okay. It's a Hershey bar. It's delicate.
Well, it crinkles in the microphone. I asked Sol what the coolest thing I could do right now is, and it created a full lead magnet for my LLC. Hell yeah, that's awesome, Eric.
There we go.
Eric Marias 2699. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Gito Maiko says, "What is the difference between Sol, Terra, and Luna?" Let's see, actually. Oh crap.
Yeah, and there were rumors floating last night that they may still drop GPT-6 this month. They were planning to supposedly run all the way through the 5s, but I need to find that. Grant asked me for the source, and I forgot to grab it.
Which one? Which source was this?
The one talking about GPT-6 last night, that it could drop in July, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, someone put it well, big, medium, and small. That's right, but
Yeah.
I want to test the models and see what they say. Of course, this is so overkill to do extra high for this. My goodness. What's the default? Terra Light. Okay, I'll do that.
I was
tasks.
Last night working with 5.5. I just kept thinking, I was thinking about there's a new model coming today, and that's awesome. And then I was like, but what do I really not able to do right now that I want to do? And the truth is, there's not a ton.
I can tell you for me, but I'm curious what you think.
Try to take over the world, Pinky.
No, for me, it's a lot of the things that they tried to solve today: computer use, and really visual. Like,
yeah.
I'm not an artist, right? That's not my domain. I'm not into visual art really, other than I know good art when I see it. So I would really like help in that area when I'm prototyping things so that they don't look so ugly. So I'm more focused on like the full game feel, the full what does the website look like, what's the user experience of the design. I'm not good at the design portion of that, so I would like more support in that area.
That's cool.
And I also think that's the most fun way to collaborate with these types of tools, because you can test so many different variations of things and see what sticks. But
you know what I've started doing that's different?
What?
When I have an idea for something I want to build, I kind of write up what I want it to be and what I want it to look like, and I go to ChatGPT image and I'm like, mock this up for me. And then when I get the design kind of how I want it, I go to a color palette website and I sift through color palettes for an hour. I find one that I'm like, that's the one, and I bring it, and then I have it put it on that image, and then I take that image and what I want over to Codex and say, I want this, I want it to look like that using these colors. This is kind of a good example of the layout I'm looking at, and I have found it to be really helpful at getting
I really like
good answers.
Claude design for that.
Same idea.
I've been really liking this tool. Let me give you an example. Here's one that I did that's a preview of something that we haven't talked about yet, but maybe we can plug after this. So I asked it, for a very basic example, I said, design a web page for the Neuron AI newsletter. And this is like a new redesign, which, by the way, if y'all like this, maybe we just add some cats on it and we could pitch switching the brand colors. I don't know myself personally, but I like how clean it is.
Speaking of getting smarter every day,
yeah.
I don't know that we've ever talked about it here, but the Neuron just launched something very new this week. We launched the Neuron Academy, which is, you can see it at theneuronacademy.com. It's essentially a good place to learn if you're a beginner. If you don't know where to start and what you're doing, we have tons of courses we've built out and tons more to come that we are building out every day, week, and as are some others helping us and working with us on them. It's open now, and I think it's set right now at $4.99 a year. But you get certificates for every course. You get some of them are long courses. If you want to dive into a full understanding of prompting or agents or something, there are some medium-sized courses. There are also a good number of quick hits. If you're a busy person and just like, I got 20 minutes, but I want to learn something today, we got those too. And we've been working on it for 5 months, almost 6, 5, 4 heavily. 5.
Yeah, I think 4 is probably more accurate. Really kicked off March of this year, so March, April, May, June.
But it is live and available to be seen, and we'd love to hear what you think.
Okay, check this out. 7% usage remaining. We said 75
Wow.
hours. You should smash that codex refresh button and see if you have access to it, Corey. Okay, so
Because
I
we're
want
about
to go
to be
back.
done, is what you're saying. Yeah.
I want to go back and close the loop on a couple of things that people asked. So number one, what is the difference between Luna, Terra, and Sol? So this is according to this Codex build that I'm using right now. Codex went and checked the docs, and it says Luna is the fast, lower-cost agentic coding tool, best for quick iterations and straightforward tasks. Terra is the balanced everyday agentic coding, better defaults when you want reliability without spending maximum effort, but it also supports ultra reasoning mode that can delegate parts of a task. Sol is not present in this build models catalog, and OpenAI hasn't published a public spec for it. That's a lie. It has. So it just didn't use web search to look that up. But just FYI, Sol is like the big baddie. You can kind of think of it as Fable, but for Codex's version. So
Maybe
I'm gonna go.
Mythos even, yeah.
I'm gonna see here tasks. Where do I actually see the task that's working right now?
It should be at the top of your list.
It is not.
Which is better, guys? I'm new here. Claude or GPT-5.6 Sol?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out right now.
But what we sort of stumbled into, one of the tricks to doing these on a launch day is that, like, they're rolling out a ton of things. They hit snags. Things get, you know, a little early. It's early to say. I think that is a very good response. It's still a little early to say. Benchmarks say it depends on the benchmark. You know, depending on the benchmark you choose to look at and what it is that you need your model to do. I think something that's really clear, though, is that we've really entered a phase where the interface, tool availability, and integrations can make a model that seemed pretty average an awful lot better. I really think that, you know, the idea of a model alone being the, you know, the determiner of is it good, is it the best, is probably a thing that is going to pass at some point. Like, I think the question is going to be, how can I use it? And I think that's an era where that's kind of what I like about Codex. Fable's great. Everything I've seen about Fable is impressive. That aside from the whole people getting kicked out and booted to 4.8, that would annoy me. But yeah, it's really too early to say. I have heard it's significantly more efficient than 5.5 on tokens, so we'll see.
Well, I've got 6% usage yet. I don't know if I have any banked resets, but
and man, I don't have it anywhere yet. I am still entirely 6-less.
So let me go ahead. I want to test the website tool here because I think this is pretty cool.
Artificial analysis is out. There we go. That would be fun to look at.
Yeah, if you want to pull that up.
Grant, have you played with sites yet?
Really? Not really. Have you?
No. No, because it's on my work computer, and like most of that kind of stuff I do at night.
Yeah.
And it just isn't a thing I've had the time to sink in during the workday.
Well, you should have access to it now. Somebody had an idea in the chat for a website earlier. What was it? Shout out if you have an idea for a website we're going to test. Where was that? It was pretty good.
Analysis Intelligence Index. You want me to share this up?
Why don't you do that while I'm looking at this, and then We're gonna got one or two good honest tries left in my Terra subscription here.
We're gonna tear through some things. Okay. Sol Max at 59 on the intelligence end. Sol Max. I assume that means they're ultra. I assume they're just calling it max, probably so it makes sense on the page. But I don't want to say that until I know that. But Claude Fable with fallback score to 60 on the intelligence index. Terra there's Terra, there's 5.5, There's Grok 4.5 sitting there at number 5, 6. That dropped yesterday. That's pretty impressive. Let's see. Okay, let's go over here. Coding agent index. Let's see how they score there. Neck and neck. 76, 77. Which is good, and that is a composite average across Deep SWE, Terminal Bench V2, SWE Atlas Q&A, cost. Let's see here. Where is 5.6 isn't on the cost chart yet. Execution time. It's not on that either. I think at launch they oftentimes only run them through the raw intelligence score.
Yeah.
At least that seems to be the case sometimes.
Well, it's very expensive, right, for them to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, these aren't cheap to run.
Wait, some of these are good. A fake looks maxing website that tells you how you beat your face with a hammer. Wow. We got some unhinged ideas in the chat here. I love it.
Unhinged is perfectly fine. Okay, so GDP val has Fable on top by 163.
VS Code 6. Yeah, I'll try that, John. Sorry, I didn't know what you were saying earlier. I'll try the extension. Let me do that right now.
Yeah, I think Max has to be Ultra. I think they're just using that interchangeably there.
Yeah, like the max power kind of thing.
Some of these benchmarks I've never heard of. There are always a number in here now that it's like, what? Okay. Output tokens. Let's check that out. Output tokens per intelligence index task. Ooh, hey. That's intriguing.
Well, what'd you find out?
On the output tokens per intelligence index task, which is, the amount of intelligence to your dollars. 5.6 Sol Max is way down here on the good end, which surprises me.
Jeez. They must really optimize performance. Well, they did that whole, what was it?
Fable's
Codex Golf thing?
33,000, it shows 15K. Fable is very reasoning heavy on it too. Like it's got an 8K answer, but 25K reasoning. Where ChatGPT is a pretty even split at 5 and 10.
I just hate extensions in VS Code. They're so difficult to just be like, okay, now how do I open it and use it once it's installed?
Oh my gosh.
It's such a user unfriendly system. It's unreal.
I'm trying to help Corey see if he might have it in VS Code.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have it in. I have the app in VS Code. I just can't open the fucking app. Sorry.
Yeah, and I don't have VS on this machine. Hang on. Hold, please.
That's funny.
My guess is that one of my downstairs machines might be a little more friendly. Like the one that I've got my VS Code set up in is down there. Let's see. Refresh. Dang you. FOMO, man. I have FOMO over here. I am sad. This is disappointing. They should quit being mean to me. It'll come around later. I'm just whining.
Okay, I'm gonna open VS Code. Yes, I trust the authors. Now,
I felt like the extension of Fable and then the possibility of an anthropic rate reset, which is like not a thing that happens, at least not at the frequency of the other, is kind of an attempt to hang on while they're figuring things out here too, because like
yeah, they are
being the best, having the best model, even especially by a percent or two, is one thing. Having the best model at more than double the price is a very different thing.
Well, because you asked what is something that you can't do with the current models. What I can't do right now is use it as much as I would. You know, like that's the thing I can't do right now. I can't use it I can't use it for as long as I'm working. Like,
yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
Like, you
to
need
me,
fix that.
that is. I have long felt that Claude's biggest problem was the fact that the second you walk into an executive team and say, "Hi, we want to buy this new software for the company. By the way, there's this limit that kicks them out in 5-hour increments that they could hit in an hour. They might not hit it at all. They might hit it at 3 hours. And then they just can't use their AI until we say so again." Like, I feel like that is a thing that as a business proposition is a hard no. Like, can you imagine if Salesforce was like 20% of the day, Salesforce isn't going to work for your team? We don't know when that 20% of the day is. You'd be like, then I'm not using Salesforce.
Or if like every time your workforce, your salespeople use Salesforce, they're charged by the minute of how much they use Salesforce.
You can use it. It's just $3 a minute from now on.
You are pushing people to not want to use it because of how it's built. Yeah. But the
I think all of
subscription
that,
thing is
though,
not sustainable for them. Yeah.
stems back to the compute buys 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I really think that all of that particular type of struggle for Anthropic stems back to that period where OpenAI was buying these crazy amounts of compute years in advance that weren't going to be around for 2, 3, 4 years. But they were buying them before compute was so constrained. So they have compute still to use for years that was bought quite reasonably by comparison.
Yeah.
And it's left Anthropic kind of scrambling to meet demand when their product really took off at its best, I would say, this year.
Yeah.
They're working on it. I mean, I've seen a number of deals in the last couple of months that they've made for some compute here and there.
Okay, I want to give everyone an update. Okay, so I don't know if you want to pull my screen up or I'll just talk it through.
Sure.
I've tested sites against Claude Design. So, and I used someone's example from earlier in the chat. They wanted to make a Souls-like kind of game. And I already have the design on Claude Design, which makes sense because it's just doing the front end.
Grant, I don't know where your thing is.
Oh, do I need to share again? Let me share. By the way, I appreciate shout out to whoever was giving me the exact codex. Yeah, this is John LH4LC. The instructions are perfect. It's just not there. Like it just literally is not there. It's just I don't know what's going on. Let me share my screen again real fast. Can you pull it up from Backstage, and I'll share it.
That's the one I just took off stage because nothing was there.
Yeah, now I'm sharing. One moment. It's slow over here.
Alrighty.
It might be
Hope
slow.
everybody's doing good. This has been a lot of fun today. It's always fun when a new model launch day comes, or frustrating. We've had some where it was like, hey, we got it immediately. And then we've had some where it was like, oh, we have nothing.
Man, it is real slow to try and stream right now. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Okay.
I see another Grant who is not in time with the Grant I'm looking at now.
That's what I'm talking about it being very laggy.
It's almost
probably because I'm trying to stream my video twice. There we go. That should resolve that. This is where it's revealed to everyone that I have an evil twin.
Cost per intelligence task, 5 max, $4. Terra max, 55 cents. Luna max, 21 cents. Fable, $2.75.
Wow.
Yeah. Opus, $1.80 still. Sonnet's $1.53. That's crazy. Sonnet's not.
But no, who would use Sonnet for anything?
For triple the cost of better models? I don't know.
But the better model can do what it'll take Sonnet like 6 runs to do. Like that's the thing. Like you have to look at the cost as, you know.
Yeah. Cost is going to matter more over the next year. I think people will start as more and more people begin playing with agents and they realize that, oh my God, this is a fortune. I ran 808 million tokens this week or something like that. Right, Grant? Right, Grant?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a number, wasn't it? 808 million.
Apparently, Luna has a max level. Maybe not ultra code. Maybe because I think max just means like the highest that it can run at.
Yeah, it may just mean the highest, but it says on artificial intelligence, it's showing GPT-5.6 Luna max. So it probably doesn't have Luna Ultra. That to me seems kind of pointless. Before you would mow through it that quick, I think you'd bump up. But maybe, I mean, I don't know. What's
so this
the
computer
lowest?
is just
DeepSeek Flash down there holding up the happy end at 2 cents.
This
2
computer is
cents
just not
versus
wanting
2
to- Sure.
This range, Grant. DeepSeek's
Yeah.
latest model and Claude's latest model. DeepSeek is 2 cents per intelligence index task. Fable is $2.75.
Whoa.
And like even when you get to like that median in that 30 to 50 cent range where a few of them sit, or up around $1, there's a number of good ones that are $1. That's crazy though. 2 cents. The truth is that's a number that matters to a business. That's a thing that I think is going to be really tricky. I think at some point industry will force the cost of this down even more. I don't know how that will happen.
No, I think I do. They're going to create their own models and run them on their own computers.
They may. That's not cheap either though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're smart to remind me of that. Truly.
That's expensive too. It's all expensive.
Yeah. But I think the price of that has gone down, I will say. Like, you can rent servers that, like, a lot of the cloud providers for this stuff are pretty good, and you can, I don't know the exact term, but like partition you can get your own servers that are yours that no one else is looking at and run the models there. Like, there's a lot of companies that do that. Base 10, Fireworks. There's a lot of them that you can use now.
DigitalOcean, CoreWeave, you can go to.
Yep.
The difference is that just like OpenAI has to buy GPUs to run a big model, so do you. You're just not serving it to a billion humans.
Yeah, I think the amount of middlemen you can take out of the middle is probably going to save you costs. Like, if you can take, because OpenAI and Anthropic have to make money on top of whatever the cloud providers are charging. So in theory, you take them out of the equation and you go directly to the cloud providers, you're going to get a cheaper run, in theory. But their models aren't as good yet as these guys. Corey, would you let my computer back in?
Oh, did it leave?
Yeah, I'm trying to refresh because it's real slow at the moment. I don't know if it's going to work this time.
Oh, there it is. Let in.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's give this one more shot here. Let me know when you see me. Okay, it's looking good, looking promising. We're in the infinite vortex. Okay, so here is a head-to-head website test of Claude Design versus ChatGPT Sites. Now, in theory, Sites is better because it automatically spins it up for you. Meaning, Design is just doing the front end, and you have to do some more prompting and fiddling around to actually build the back end. Sites is, in theory, building both of them. So right now you can see... Oh, by the way, this is what I mean about the VS Code. Like, it just doesn't exist. I have extensions. I even have it installed. There's no way to just click it and open it. Click this little
switch to
auto
pre-release
update.
version.
It just doesn't show up for me to actually use it over here. Like, there's no way for me to get it to show up. It's weird. I don't get it. But that's why I don't use VS Code, because it's a trash program compared to some of these other ones. So
back to where you were.
So this is the Dark Souls game. So And it's like, it's, you know, not playable. The only thing is that I look kind of like a skeleton as well.
Yeah.
It's certainly not Dark Souls
Whoa!
quality. Yeah, what was that?
I think you just did a 360-degree loop underground. That
Yeah,
was
these
freaky.
controls are also inverted, so I'm pressing to go left and it's making me go right.
Does anyone use inverted controls on purpose? Why does every mouse like default to that?
Ooh, Corey, I think you're gonna like this one on the left-hand side here.
Oh,
Or the right-hand side.
Snap.
That's looking cool.
Yeah.
Click to
Whoa.
attack doesn't really work. I can't attack. But this is just supposed to be a front-end demo, right? Like that's kind of cool that it's able to make this just as design. So it's just the code that's in the design mode was able to make this. And this is a prompt I ran that was literally the one that someone shared earlier. I think it was Lonely Wanderer shared, you know, make me a Dark Souls-like game. Yes, it's a bit janky, but we do have something.
It is a little Minecraft.
Yeah, it's very Minecraft.
That's actually a lot of Minecraft.
That's what I'm talking about when you're using AI that can't see what you're seeing. A lot of times, like if it could see better, it'd probably design better stuff. But it's just
use an
making,
image model. I
Well, you
firmly
can.
believe if you take an image model and you create what you want in that way, and then bring it over, and you're like, I want the character to look like that. That you could get better results.
I agree, and you know, transparently. Let's see, what's a good example?
We have a question here too that I think.
Sick, better one? No, let me do the other one sec. So what I've been doing, which I think is a really good pattern, is I start the project in Claude Design. So I will, and you know, you could use codecs in the same way. It's a really long chat, as you can see. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I gave it this pitch for what I wanted out of this project. So this is like my messy notes dump from before. I put it in, and then it asks me a series of questions, and then I answer those questions. And then what I did, if you can see this, is I generated what I wanted the UI to look like with ChatGPT image. And then I gave this to Claude Design, and I said, okay, now make the code for this. And I said, how would you update the UI to implement all of these features exactly as they appear here? And then it essentially went and it did that, and it implemented all of my UI screens. And I did this for, I want to say, 6 or 7 of them. So the flow is I'm generating the image in ChatGPT image in codecs. Then I take that image to Claude Design with the repo that I've already started, and then I have it implement the UI features that I want from there.
I like that. I love the multi-model approach. I think that is the smart way.
Yes.
Sol is in codecs if you run codecs update. So I got an update on my other computer, and it didn't have codecs yet, or didn't have Sol yet, or Terra for that matter either. And so far, I'm checking for updates again on this one real quick. But
so this is definitely more Dark Souls-esque. This fits the prompt.
It definitely fits the Dark Souls question better.
Yeah, but the game isn't going to look like that.
No, that's a wicked image though.
Oh, that's sick. Let me see if I have Soul. If I do, we're going to run these prompts.
Oh,
nope.
The ChatGPT app is updating.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign. It's not my codecs. Well, my codecs looks like it is too now. Okay. 520 kilobytes downloaded. By the year 2046, this will be ready.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, what time are we? Oh, we're 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, we were able to test 2 of the prompts head-to-head of the 5. So we'll have to come back and do this part 2 when we have Soul officially.
Yeah, where it is more of a head-to-head. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that next week for the live or something.
Yeah, we might do that.
Cool.
We'll see what happens. Looks like everybody's blowing out models this week. I don't know if you saw, but Zuck dropped a quality model this morning, a code model that puts Google in a solid 5th place, in my opinion, right now, which I think is intriguing. And I messed with Grok 4.5 for a little bit this morning, not long. And it was pretty impressive too. I mean, I'm not saying state of the art on either, but I'm saying like within slapping distance of state of the art for both of them. Like it's not a thing that is outside of the realm of possibility for either of them in the near future.
So don't have it yet, but I can close this and I can restart it. Let's try that. That will mess up
My
what I'm building.
downloads hung up. I am so annoyed.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, can you spin up and run the site? Before I do that. So over here, I had Fable working on a code base review. Looks like it edited some of my broken code. Looks like it picked.
That's really hard to read.
I know. Yeah. You mean just in general, like
just in general,
happening?
the flow there while it's sitting there is really hard. I don't know if it's their font choice or their lines are a little more close together. Something about it is, it's also a lot of different styles in one area, it looks like. It may just be how it's coming through, though, too. It could just be my guy who doesn't have his glasses on eyes, too.
Yeah, that's really hard to read. That doesn't have glasses. Oh, that's why.
Well, I could read the other one. That was the difference.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open the browser. I'm going to put in my local host.
Import data from your browser.
Oh, that's nice. Not doing that right now.
Sol is there for new projects, not for old. Oh, that's weird.
Well, see, I just tested that theory, and I don't see it yet. Okay, failed to load. So I'll say it didn't load. This is a good pattern for people.
It looks like it's still working, though.
Oh, wait. Oh, there is something here. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, I'll say I got this error message. So fix this.
Whoa.
And now let's test this out. Oh my god. Okay, I can attack it. I mean, this is definitely not Souls-esque, but this is what I requested.
No. Yeah, and it's it is I mean, like, it's definitely a starting point.
Yeah, and remember, this is not Soul. How is it?
Game's got a hell of a cover, though.
How is it for coding versus Fable? So, how would I describe what I've been doing right now?
Not much difference between those two games, honestly.
Yeah, here's a direct head-to-head comparison from coding. So it's the same prompt, right?
Oh, I forgot that one.
I mean, the controls are inverted, so hard to use.
It definitely does lighting and shadows better, Fable.
Yeah.
Like, watch the floor. Watch the face turn colors when it spins,
Right,
It's done that a little better.
Versus this one over here, and it's all 2D, very static, very flat feeling. Sort of doesn't really know what it's looking at, but I haven't been doing computer use with it. So I feel like if I gave it computer use, it would be able to see this and be like, this is not good enough, and would probably change it. So that's something I need to do this
And of
time.
course, this is also, once again, just to keep mentioning it, Terra versus Fable, not Soul, which I think are very different things. Yeah. Honestly, and from everybody's opinions on it that I've seen, comparing them to one another is a little iffy almost to begin with, just because they're very different creatures in unique ways.
Yeah.
It looks like everyone who tried them had really positive opinions of both of them, actually. Like, I've yet to see anyone say one of those is crap. No, right. Nobody's really said that about Fable. Nobody said that about 5.6. Everybody seems to be like, this one is great at this one is great at that. That is how you should use them.
Yeah.
You should use all of them.
Risk.
Ooh. Yeah. That's my button. Always allow Grant. Live a little. Live a little, brother. Live.
I thought I gave it permission to do all this, but maybe because it updated, I have to do it again.
I'm just razzing you to absolutely do what you're comfortable with. You should not let peer pressure allow your AI to take over your home.
Their UI is very good at this, though. Like, just drag this here and put it here.
Yeah, just drag it on over. It'll be safe. You don't have to worry.
That's actually very helpful. Okay. Maybe we're not going to do this right this second.
Grant,
Why don't
I'm going to lay
I hide my
$1 on
screen?
the fact that within an hour after this ends, I have all of them. Because that is how the world works.
Yeah, probably.
Oh. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. We'll do another one of these like this soon. Remember to please go check out the Neuron Academy. We would love for you to check it out. We'll have a code for you here soon that'll make sure you get half price, I believe is what I was told. But we don't have it yet, and it's coming. Actually, you may be able to get the same price right now, but it won't be that way for long. Please take just a minute to like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Lets us keep doing this and having a lot of fun. And I'm sorry that we weren't able to get access to the models we'd hoped to today, but I hope you still found it, fun and interesting and entertaining. Maybe learned something.
Yeah, I mean, Terra held its own. I wouldn't say it's totally out.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
It's funny too. We're reaching this point where it's like, oh well, this one's way better, and it's like, oh well, that feels like 5%. That's a solid 10%. Like I say that the last 3 big models each from Anthropic and from ChatGPT, I felt were each a significant jump one after the other.
For sure.
Like this year, I feel like, and maybe some of that is that we're using them in more agentic ways and it feels bigger. I'd like to investigate that a little bit. That's a curious thought. But
I mean, I think the more capability that there is, the more that you push the boundary and you change the frame. And by changing the frame, obviously you start to find its new weaknesses, but you also start to see it do things that just wasn't possible before.
Yeah. And sometimes the question is that the model, is that the harness? Sometimes it's the user. There's a difference even at the user level. And I think
could be.
I think we're at a point where we're seeing some pretty amazing stuff. Like there's just not a bad one right now, in my opinion. Yeah. And that's a really nice place to be, because there sure used to be a lot of them. When was the last time you worried about hallucinations, Grant?
Whenever I have to use something other than Opus or Fable. Literally any time other than that. Yeah.
Like, I keep an eye, but I don't really think about it as much as I used to. It's not as big a deal. I'm still more hung up on the X, not X, it's Y argument. That's the one thing that has not yet been hammered out of the world.
Expanding that a little bit more, what I would say is the generic defaults of the models are still are now the problem. So it's not hallucinations. It's not at making stuff up. It's that you start to see the patterns of what they repeat over and over, and that's the problem. So maybe the next...
That's a good problem. That's an annoyance, not a crisis.
Yeah. Because if it's making stuff up, I mean, that's horrible.
That's horrible. That's a problem. Yeah. This is more of an ugh.
This is more like, so I still am needed to provide creativity and innovation and things that
be smart for me.
I'm still the part of the process. Okay, fine.
Fine. I'm hanging in there. I'm still waiting for my retirement. Just kidding. That's a long ways. It's a long ways. Well, thanks again, everyone. We sure appreciate you. If you haven't yet, please pop by, sign up for the newsletter, subscribe right above, and we'd love to see you back here next time. We hope you'll join us. I'm Corey, and that's Grant.
And for folks who do have access to Sol, please email us at team@theneurondaily.com and give us your first impressions. Well, maybe we'll write something up if you include a lot of interesting detail.
Sounds good.
All right.
Farewell for now, humans.